understand what is the scope of macroeconomics. So scope of macroeconomics basically means हम क्या क्या पढ़ते हैं macroeconomics के अंदर. For example हमने अभी पढ़ा, we just learned that we study about unemployment, we study about inflation, we study about aggregate demand and aggregate supply. So all of these things we study under this. So that was the scope of macroeconomics. Scope basically means what we learn in this subject or any other subject. So that means the scope of that subject. So the scope of macroeconomics, we learn about the estimation of national income and related aggregates. So in macroeconomics, we learn about the national income of the country and the related concepts. For example, the concept of GDP, the concept of NDP, we learn under macroeconomics. So this is the first field of study. Second, the theory of employment. Okay, so in macroeconomics, we basically learn about the employment level in the whole economy. So in this field of study, the most famous one is the Keynesian theory of employment. So all of these different theories we learn in macroeconomics. So that was the second field of study. The third field of study under macroeconomics is your theory of money. So theory of money means how is money created by commercial banks, and all of these things we study under the theory of money. Now the fourth field of study is your general price level. We study about the trends in price level कि पहले कितना था, what is the prevailing price level. We study under this scope, this field of study of macroeconomics. Now the second last point of study is the role of government, how government functions, or basically what are the different regulations and controls put by the government and how the government does its budget. We understand the working and the functions of government in macroeconomics. Now the last scope or the field of study is your exchange rate and balance of payment. This we study in international economics as well. We study about the international exchange rate that is prevailing in the economy at present, or what was the exchange rate earlier. So we study about all these things in international economics as well. So this was all about the scope of macroeconomics. These were the area of study which comes under your macroeconomics. Now let's move on and understand the significance of macroeconomics. So let's understand the significance of macroeconomics. So in this slide, we will understand why macroeconomics is important. Now we know the scope of macroeconomics. We know that macroeconomics, what are the fields of study? For example, national income, the theory of money, all these things are the field of study, the area of study. But the significance part tells you why this is important. So in the significance of macroeconomics, how this is important, why do we need to study macroeconomics, we will cover this under this in this slide. Okay, so the first thing, the description of the economy. So when we study macroeconomics, it gives you the insight of what is going on in the economy right now, or what was the trend in the economic activities in the past few years, or what will be the trend in what the trend will be in the future. All these things we study under macroeconomics. So this basically tells you about the inflation or the magnitude of unemployment that is there in the economy. This tells you about that. So this was the first point. It gives you description of the economy, ki what is the present picture of the economy. This tells you that macroeconomics deals with inflation, unemployment, and all of these things are studied under macroeconomics. Now the second thing is roadmap of growth and development. It basically lays a foundation ki what should be the policies should be there, what the vision ahead. Okay, for example, how our economy is performing and how our economy should perform, we study and we forecast it basically in macroeconomics only. Now the third thing, economic stability. We study that how economic stability can be achieved in our economy in macroeconomics only. Now the fourth thing, your BOP status, that is your balance of payment status, how your country is performing with respect to other countries. Okay, you want to know that how our country India is performing with respect to other countries, other nations, and what is the present international status of our country. We study about this also in macroeconomics only. Now the third last point of significance is your problems of poverty, how deeply the problem of poverty is rooted in our economy, or is it structural, or how the economy is doing in terms of poverty, unemployment. All of these things we study under macroeconomics only, because poverty, unemployment, population, all these fields we study under macroeconomics. So we study that how poverty is there, why is poverty there, and what caused the poverty, how to eradicate poverty. All of these things we study under macroeconomics. Now the second last point of difference is your environmental pollution. So while calculating our GDP, or while producing some output or some kind of product, we tend to deplete our environmental resources. So how to safeguard those resources, because these environmental resources are very scarce. Okay, these are not renewable as well. So how to prevent these resources, and how much resources we have exploited already. So we'll understand about this in macroeconomics only. And the last thing is your policy formulation. This means ki what is the present status of your economy. Depending upon that, we tend to formulate policies. Okay, the government refers to present situation. For example, if there is inflation in the economy, the RBI will intervene, and it will come up with some monetary measures to control this inflation from the economy. So what is your present status of the economy? It depends upon that. So you see, when I told you about all these things, this is the problem of, or the economic issues at an macro level, at a bigger level. Poverty, unemployment, inflation, and output, all these things are concerned with your macro level, or your economy as a whole level. So this was all about the significance of macroeconomics. Now let's move on and see what we have learned in this module till now. So in a nutshell, let's read this and understand what we have learned till now. So to understand the performance of the economy, plus to formulate government policies and programs for the purpose of growth and development, we understand macroeconomic variables and models are of extreme importance. This means कि when we are formulating some government policies, and when we want to reach economic stability, and when we want to grow and develop as a nation or as a country, when we want to eradicate poverty, unemployment, all of those things, to understand what is the root cause of these problems or issues in an economy, we study macroeconomic variables. For example, your poverty or unemployment, all of these things. So this is why macroeconomics is very important, because we get a very clear picture of your whole country. So in a nutshell, to understand the performance of the economy, how your economy is performing, plus to formulate government policies and programs for growth and development, it is very important to understand the economic variables and models which we learn under macroeconomics. So this was all about the basic terms of macroeconomics. So now, moving on to the last slide, the entire team of Ecoholics wish you all the best for your preparations and your understanding of the subject. Now here is a small thought by Keynes, and the thought says, ideas shape the course of history. This was a small thought given by J.M. Keynes. And yeah, I'll see you in the next class with a few interesting topics. So bye, thank you.